Welcome to Old Hollywood Nostalgia, where timeless stories come back to life, one reel at a time. Welcome to Old Hollywood Nostalgia, where timeless stories come back to life, one reel at a time.
Don't look surprised. That's your car, Professor Drake. It's been somewhat altered for a purpose. That won't help. Each door is automatically locked. Relax, Professor. I'll do the driving. Your car is under my direct control. You can't see me, but I can see you from my remote point. Wait, Professor Millard. You've been working too hard. Life isn't worth it. Your life. Remember poor Professor Drake and Kenyon and Bennett? The papers said their deaths were accidental. But you didn't believe that, did you? You've begun to suspect more than is good for you. Or for me. Now we shall see what the papers say about your death.
Nothing could be salvaged. Science Associates has had to start again from scratch. As you can see, Miss Thomas, we've set up a temporary laboratory here in the conference room.
But what could have caused the disaster?
An unavoidable accident. Unfortunately, no trace was found of Professor Millard, who was working in the building on a supersonic experimental test at the time. That is about all we can tell you.
Can or dare?
I've given you facts.
You also gave me the facts on Professor Drake's death. As publicity director for Science Associates, you've done a good press job, Mr. Winslow, but aren't these accidents occurring rather frequently?
This is a scientific experimental project. There is always an element of danger.
As well as sabotage?
Now you're being melodramatic.
No, realistic. If any outside source is suspected of being behind these misfortunes, Science Data magazine would appreciate having that information.
spoken like a true reporter, Miss Thomas. But Science Associates is a too isolated and unpublicized project to attract sabotage.
And Jeff King ought to know. As our rocket propulsion expert, he'd be among the first to come in contact with any outside interference.
Well, perhaps some of your other members could give me additional information?
Information is something we discuss in private sessions, Miss Thomas. However, I can supply names of those comprising our group. That's Professor Bryant, formerly head of Technical Research University, specializes in metallurgy. Martin Conway, atomic expert and senior member of Science Associates. Dr. Grafner, aerodynamic wizard, and Gunther von Strum, authority on nuclear fission.
That's quite a collection of brains.
And now,
Thank you for the interview. Goodbye, gentlemen.
goodbye, Miss Thomas.
I'll see you soon.
As soon as there are any new developments.
Thanks again, Mr. Winslow.
Goodbye, Miss Thomas.
The meeting is called to order, gentlemen. As you know, we must select someone to continue the late Professor Millard's experiments.
Why? In my opinion, Millard had become a visionary with fantastic ideas. Mad dreams of developing flying suits to change men into human rockets.
A victim of overwork.
Yes, it must have unbalanced him. His weird experiments cost him his life, and us our laboratory.
No, not so fast, gentlemen. There is a possibility that Professor Millard knew something about Drake's death, but he wasn't satisfied with the theory of accident, and neither am I.
I agree. The day before that lab explosion, Professor Millard hinted that he was close to naming someone who calls himself Dr. Vulcan. Millard believed this person was guilty of stealing secrets from Science Associates and was responsible for Drake's death.
Are you suggesting that one of us is a murderer?
I'm merely repeating Professor Millard's words.
You seem to be better informed than the rest of us, Jeff. Suppose you investigate the matter for us, in a special capacity, in order to protect our persons and our interests. Agreed, gentlemen?
Yes. The new controlled rocket we'll soon be testing. It's part of our interest. Safeguarding that can be Jeff's first job.
All right, gentlemen, I accept. I'll arrange for the secret transportation of the guided missile to the testing grounds.
Well, if there's nothing more at the moment, I move that this session adjourn.
Second.
Meeting adjourned.
This waiting around gets me jumpy. I'm going out and get some fresh air.
You'll stay put until we get our orders.
Acting a little scared of somebody we've never seen. Aren't you, Durkin?
I'm not scared. I just aim to please.
Yeah, aiming to please a voice. A voice behind a door, over a radio, or on the telephone. I'd like to see who I'm dealing with.
Maybe I have seen him. Right now, the important thing is to grab that pot of gold at the end of this rainbow.
Wonder what Dr. Vulcan's angle really is.
Those scientists out on the desert are working on newfangled flying missiles. They trick jet planes. Certain foreign governments might pay plenty for that kind of stuff.
If Dr. Vulcan can get his hands on it.
Maybe that's why he's got us working for him. Durkin speaking.
I have a job for you. Do you know Professor Jeffrey King when you see him?
Sure. What about him?
He has convinced Science Associates that Millard and Drake, at least, did not die because of accidents.
You think he knows anything or just guessing?
That's what I must find out. If he has any evidence against us, it's probably hidden in the conference room. Tonight, I want you to go there and search.
Find anything?
Sure, a mess of books and a lot of scientific hoopla. Nothing we can use.
We ain't finished yet.
We better be in case King shows up.
Why worry about him? Those professor types are all brains and no brawn.
What are you doing here?
Just browsing.
Whatever you're browsing for, you apparently didn't find. Who sent you here?
That's our business.
Am I making it my business? Professor Millard.
Here I am, Jeff.
What's the idea?
Well, I heard someone coming, and I can't risk being discovered by uninvited guests.
Oh, I see. By the way, I found a couple of uninvited guests last night in the conference room.
Oh? Who were they?
I don't know. But I think they were two of Vulcan's little helpers. From now on, that project will be guarded.
So you've been singled out as Vulcan's next victim?
Not necessarily. Vulcan may have believed we had some evidence. I don't know. But I think they were two of Vulcan's little helpers. From now on, that project will be guarded.
So you've been singled out as Vulcan's next victim?
Not necessarily. Vulcan may have believed we had some evidence against him and sent the men to look for it.
I hope you're right. Jeff, I'm not going to stay here any longer. I'm sure I can unmask Dr. Vulcan if I go back to...
Now, wait a minute, Professor. We've been all over that before. Vulcan nearly succeeded in killing you in that laboratory explosion, remember?
Of course. It was only your quick thinking that saved me.
Well, next time we may not be so lucky. If you want to live, Professor, for the time being, you'll have to remain dead.
You're right. But there's so much work to do.
Yes, and all the time, space, and equipment with which to do it.
You're right. That reminds me. I've completed the rocket suit.
Good.
Well, what's so amusing?
I was thinking how astonished Professor Grafner will be when he sees this. You know, he was convinced you were insane to try to build an atomic-powered rocket suit. And I guess he thought I was even crazier for helping you.
Well, here it is. I hope it works.
We'll soon know. I'll take it with me and test it for you.
Well, stay close to the ground for the first few flights. There still may be a few adjustments to be made.
Right. By the way, the professor's elected me to move the new rocket to the proving grounds for testing.
Oh, well, be careful, Jeff. That's the kind of thing that Dr. Vulcan could sell to a foreign nation for a fortune.
Yes, if personal gain is the motive behind Vulcan, but we're not sure of that. In any event, I've had the demonstration model loaded aboard an unmarked truck. It's being kept under armed guard in a small warehouse in town. I feel sure Dr. Vulcan has no idea where it is.
I hope you're right.
I'll let you know about the tests. How's everything?
It's fine. Truck's ready and waiting for you.
Good.
truck. This is Jeff's car. Something must be wrong.
Yes. What's that? What's that?
Hey, what's going on back there?
If that torpedo lands in any populated area, you'll be guilty of mass murder.
Unfortunately, the misguided interceptor torpedo was exploded, presumably by the Rocketman, popular name given the sensational phenomenon observed in the skies over this vicinity yesterday. The question arises, is the strange human-like object a visitor from another planet? Or, as seems more likely, does it represent an effort to overcome the evil that has been threatening Science Associates?
If Dr. Vulcan should suspect that you're a rocket man, your life would be in as much danger as mine was before you brought me here.
Let's hope I can get the jump on him. At least we can now assume that Dr. Vulcan is a member of Science Associates.
Yes. It was only members of that group that knew enough about the secret rocket to arrange its theft.
And Vulcan, whoever he is, will be most curious about the identity of Rocketman. Well, I'll try to spot him when I go to the lab for the meeting today.
Be careful, Jeff.
I will. So long.
Goodbye.
Bert Winslow described the sound of flight as resembling that of Millard's experiments in sonic propulsion.
Yes, but no trace of Millard or his experiments were found after the explosion in the laboratory.
And you, King, were the only one of us who believed Professor Millard's theories of sonic propulsion practical.
Are you intimating that I might be the mysterious Rocketman, gentlemen?
Not necessarily, but you worked with Millard.
Yes, Bert. What is it?
Glenda Thomas just called. She snapped a picture of the Rocketman in flight and has developed a good negative.
Picture of the Rocketman? Does it show who it is?
No, the negative is too small for purposes of identification. Shall I give her permission to release it for publication?
No, it's too dangerous.
Dr. Grafton is right. As committee investigator, I should make a study of the negative.
By all means, it might contain a valuable clue to the secret of construction.
If the photograph is of any value to us, either for identification of the mysterious Rocketman or the method of flight, I'll report on it. Haven't you anything to say, Professor Conway?
No, I'm in agreement. We'll adjourn until we can have your report.
Where is the photograph, Bert?
Miss Thomas told me I could pick her up at the press club and see the negative in her apartment.
Good. I'll meet you there at 2 o'clock.
Right.
Durkin, I think we may be able to stop Rocketman from any further interference with our plans. There's a picture of him in flight.
Glenda Thomas. Apartment 15. Piedmont Arms. Right. I'll find that negative before Jeff King gets there.
Someone's coming. Inside, fast.
Come on in. Make yourself at home.
Thank you.
Actually, I doubt if the negative will be of any help to Science Associates.
Maybe you're right, but Jeff will know. He should be here any minute.
Dawson, 83469. I don't think the telephone bell is working. Will you test it? I'll hang up. Hello? Yes, operator, it's ringing now.
Hello? Yes, this is Glenda Thomas.
This is Jeff King. I've been unavoidably detained here at the laboratory. Is it possible for you to bring that negative down here?
Of course. See you in a little while. Jeff King wants us to bring the film to the laboratory.
He's probably busy with an experiment.
Hello? Yes, operator, it's ringing now.
Hello? Yes, this is Glenda Thomas.
This is Jeff King. I've been unavoidably detained here at the laboratory. Is it possible for you to bring that negative down here?
Of course. See you in a little while. Jeff King wants us to bring the film to the laboratory.
He's probably busy with an experiment.
My boss would have paid me a pretty bonus for this little gem.
And mine will, lady. Thanks for finding it for me.
Hey, Jeff! A gunman got away with that film. Glenda's trailing him. They must have headed for the Ridge Road.
Dr. Vulcan. Durkin calling Dr. Vulcan.
Vulcan speaking. Did you get the film?
Yes, shall I bring it to you now?
Where are you?
On the ridge route approaching Coldwater Junction.
Stand by. See if you're in the clear.
Right.
I think you're being trailed, Durkin. Look behind you. Recognize that car?
Looks like a car that was parked in front of the dame's apartment house.
All right, I'll handle it by remote control. Come on in.
Right. Switching off.
Thanks, Rocketman. You know, at first I thought you were an invader from some other planet. But it's plain to see you're human, and you've made a great scientific discovery. I'd like to write an article about you for my magazine.
I'm sorry, that's impossible.
But I don't see why. If you're on the side of law and order, you shouldn't object to the public knowing about you.
My goal is to put an end to the activities of the mysterious person who is operating against the national safety. And you can help.
How?
By not publicizing the Rocketman for the time being. There's too much at stake. The intercity bus runs along this route. There ought to be one along in a few minutes that'll take you back to town.
All right. Thanks again, Rocketman.
So, even though Glenda tried to help, Vulcan's men got away with a negative of her snapshot.
But even if they enlarge the negative, they can't identify you as Rocketman. After all, your face is covered.
I know that. But the rocket suit will be identified as the one you were perfecting before the lab explosion. It's a matter of record that I was helping you. The natural assumption will be that either you're still alive and the mysterious Rocketman, or I am. In that case, I'd be forced to leave Science Associates and go into hiding just as you're doing.
Well, that hasn't hurt my work. It would be a pleasure to have you join me.
I'd like to do that. But we must remember that as long as I can maintain my position with the group, there's a chance of finding out who Dr. Vulcan is.
You're right. What good is any of our research as long as this sabotage continues? Vital secrets are stolen, and the lives of our colleagues endangered. Your identity as the Rocketman must not be disclosed.
So you can see how important it is to keep Vulcan's men from enlarging that negative.
Have you considered any possible ways you can do that?
Yes. The key lies in duplicating the negative on a fine-grained film. And for the type of enlargement they'll need, only Micro 247 can be used.
I don't see how that helps you any.
Micro 247 is made only by microphotochemists. I'll get them to stop all sales.
Good. But isn't there a supply kept in Science Associate Lab? And if you suspect anyone...
Yes, we use it from time to time in experiments. And that's exactly my point.
Yeah. All right, then. Thanks. No soap, Durkin. I've tried every photo studio in town that could possibly handle that sort of film. And it's scarcer than bathing suits at the North Pole.
There's no other outfit besides Microchemist that makes it?
Well, not out here. I could get some back east, though.
This can't wait. And as long as Microchemist won't sell, I figure the best thing is to break in there tonight.
No. It might have been planned that way to draw us into a trap.
Then maybe you've got another answer.
I think so. There's a small supply of the film at Science Associates. Be at the North Gate at 9 o'clock.
What about getting in?
I said be there at 9. The gate will be open, and from there on you will...
Here it is.
Don't move. Now, Durkin, who paved the way for you to get in here?
I find my way around pretty well without anybody's help.
Oh, if that's how you feel, you'll find your way to police headquarters with my help. I'll take this first, if you don't mind.
that Micro 247 film.
Good. Now we can go to work.
What do you keep it so hot for in here? Let's open a window.
Cut it out. I gotta keep a high temperature control.
Oh, stop dramatizing. This gonna take long?
Oh, about 10 minutes. I got everything set.
Good. I'm going outside to cool off. Call me when you're ready.
All right, it'll only be a few minutes longer.
Okay, King. How did you get here?
Hadn't you heard? I'm Rocketman.
Sure. And I'm the king of Siam. Inside.
know, it's strange how Durkin and his pal got in here. I've checked the doors and the windows, and there's no signs of tampering.
Somebody inside conveniently set the stage for them. They opened that door with a key.
If Professor Millard was alive, he'd have said that. He was sure that Dr. Vulcan is a member of Science Associates.
And now I'm sure. Outside of ourselves, we have 4 likely candidates. Professors Bryant, Conway, Graffner, or von Strum. Determine who among them arranged for Durkin's visit, and I think we'll have found Dr. Vulcan.
That's a large order, Jeff.
I wonder. Something happened here this evening that may tell us who Vulcan really is. As you know, I was sure Vulcan's men would try to get our supply of microfilm. When I knew they were inside, I slipped up on them. Don't move. Now, Durkin, who paved the way for you to get in here?
I find my way around pretty well without anybody's help.
Oh. If that's how you feel, you'll find your way into police headquarters with my help. I'll take this first, if you don't mind. Durkin had an inside confederate. A confederate who wore a distinctive signet ring. A ring I can't possibly fail to recognize if I ever see it again.
Well, your chance may come at tomorrow's general meeting.
It may at that. Let's go. Hello, Bert.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Gentlemen, Jeff King has a request to make.
Thank you. As you know, a theft occurred here last night, which appears to have been an inside job. And just to dispel any possible doubts, I'm going to ask a favor. Will you all be kind enough to place your hands, palms down, on the table?
That's a strange request.
Oh, I don't understand. Obviously, we're under suspicion.
What are you trying to prove, Jeff?
I'm only trying to clear up something that's been bothering me. I'm looking for a man who displayed an unusual trademark last night. He made the mistake of wearing an intricately designed ring that definitely incriminates him. And you are that man, Professor Conway.
I? There must be some mistake.
That's your ring, isn't it?
Yes, but
You wore it last night when you conveniently turned the lights out in this room, didn't you?
are you trying to insinuate that
There's no use denying it. I'd recognize that ring any place.
Perhaps you'd recognize this. I was warned about you, King. You've got to blame somebody for what happened around here. But you're not going to make me your scapegoat.
Put that gun away.
Don't move. Any of you.
Yes?
Conway speaking. I had to call you at that special number you gave me. You saw what happened at the conference meeting.
Certainly. I warned you that Jeff King would try to implicate one of us.
But he's making a terrible mistake. Maybe if I went to him and pleaded for...
Do you think he'd believe you? No, Martin. Once King gets his clutches on you, you're finished.
Then you've got to make him understand. There must be something you can do.
There is. Remember our pact to help each other if an emergency like this ever arose?
Yes. Yes, of course.
Well, I haven't forgotten it either. I've a friend living in town at the Hotel Mesa. He'll hide you until this affair is settled. Go there at once.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. I'm Professor Conway.
Won't you come in?
Thank you. I was sent here by...
Yes, I know.
I've been through a terrible ordeal.
So I've heard. Won't you sit down?
Thank you.
Not there. At the desk.
What's that for?
You're going to write a confession, taking the rap for everything that's happened at Science Associates.
I am? Oh, there must be some mistake. I thought you were a friend of...
Sure. That's why you're here. Now get busy on that confession.
You must be mad. I can't do that.
Does this change your mind? Start writing. I'll tell you what to say.
Professor Conway simply can't be Dr. Vulcan.
He's got to be. Once I get a police report on his whereabouts, I'll prove it.
Hey, Jeff. The police just located Conway's car parked in an alley alongside the Hotel Mesa.
Maybe it was just abandoned there.
I don't think so. A plainclothesman checked on every resident. A man answering Durkin's description occupies a top-floor room.
There's your proof. Durkin and Vulcan go together like ham and eggs. This is a chance to nab both of them.
Story for me. Let's go.
Glenda, I've asked the police to keep hands off so that Conway's suspicions won't be aroused. Now I'm asking you. Stay here with Bert.
We understand. It is better that you do the job alone.
Thanks.
I, Martin Conway, am also guilty of
Am I glad you're here? This man was trying to make me write a false confession, implicating myself as Dr. Vulcan.
That ring you're wearing is confession enough.
How can I make you believe and understand me? This is a fraternity ring, worn by the members of a secret scientific club. There are many of them in existence.
But yours is the only one at Science Associates.
No. No, there's one other member of the Associates that wears an identical ring.
Who is that man?
Quiet. Am I glad you're here? This man was trying to make me write a false confession, implicating myself as Dr. Vulcan.
That ring you're wearing is confession enough.
How can I make you believe and understand me? This is a fraternity ring, worn by the members of a secret scientific club. There are many of them in existence.
But yours is the only one at Science Associates.
No, there's one other member of the Associates that wears an identical ring.
Who is that man?
Why, it's...
I can't understand it. I never noticed Conway wearing the ring you say you saw on Vulcan's hand.
I don't think that was a coincidence. Vulcan planted it on Conway before our last conference.
Then Vulcan had to know that you'd be looking for that particular ring at the meeting where you planned to confront him.
Apparently. I only told Bert Winslow.
Winslow?
Well, I've always considered Winslow above suspicion, Professor, but Vulcan invariably seems to learn of my plans. I think I'll go back to the laboratory now and see if I can find out how he does it.
Well, good luck, Jeff.
A half-finished confession of guilt for all the crimes against Science Associates was found in the dead man's room. Police, therefore, are convinced that Professor Conway was a murderer and saboteur in the pay of an unfriendly power.
That doesn't make sense, Bert. Even an absent-minded professor would finish his suicide note before killing himself.
You think someone else did it?
Yes. The real Dr. Vulcan. It just occurred to me that we've been overlooking the most logical suspect. Jeff King himself.
Jeff, don't be ridiculous.
Now listen. He's the only one besides us who knew where Conway was hiding. And it's obvious Conway's murder was designed to leave Vulcan free to make his next move unhampered by suspicion and vigilance. Jeff could have planted that ring on Conway before your meeting.
But if that was Jeff's plan, why would he let me in on it?
So you'd back up his innocence, just as you're doing now?
If you want me to prove to you that Jeff King is not Dr. Vulcan, we'll go down to that lab right now and start an investigation.
All right.
Hello, Seven. This is Jeff King. I've decided to accept your proposition. I've just completed work on my ultrasonic firing tube, and I'm ready to sell it myself, rather than give Vulcan the pleasure. Don't worry about Science Associates. I'll tell them the experiment was a failure. I'll bring it to the barn at the old Bar H Ranch at 4 o'clock.
Hello, Durkin. You have a job to do at 4 o'clock this afternoon.
Jeff isn't Dr. Vulcan himself. He's working for him. Looks like that's all the proof we'll need.
All but nabbing him in the act of selling that firing tube. I'm going to be waiting for them at the barn.
I want to go, too.
All right, but you can't go dressed like that. You drive over to the garage and we'll try and pick up some rougher clothes.
Durkin.
That's right, surprised?
I'm not surprised at anything Dr. Vulcan does.
Okay. Then hand over the firing tube. Not so fast, Jeff King.
Bert, let me explain to you. Wait a minute. Listen to me. Listen to me.
I did, you traitor. I heard you talking over the telephone in the conference room.
But that was for the benefit of a hidden microphone. That package I gave Durkin contained it.
I know what was in that package.
Stop it! I hate to do this, pal. Now listen to me, Bert. Durkin may be leading us to Vulcan's headquarters. There's a direction finder in that package he took with him.
What?
That's right.
But Durkin also took Glenda with him.
Glenda?
Yes, we thought there was a secret firing tube in that package. She was trying to get it away from Durkin. I saw her get into the plane.
Durkin calling Dr. Vulcan. Durkin calling Dr. Vulcan.
This is Dr. Vulcan. Come in, Durkin.
I got that firing tube from Jeff King.
Are you sure he didn't slip you a concealed direction finder? Signals are coming over my radio amplifier.
Stand by, I'll check it. You're right, it was a plant.
Throw it overboard and change your course in case you're being trailed.
Right.
What's the matter?
Either this detective's gone haywire, or Durkin's discovered the direction finder and ditched it.
And how are we going to know where he's taking Glenda?
You'd better get to the nearest telephone and call the police aeronautics division. Tell them I'll contact their planes by radio if I can relocate Durkin on this.
Right.
You're next, sister.
glad you caught up with me again.
It's getting to be a habit that I'd like to break.
Well, I was only trying to help.
The best thing you can do is help yourself to a ride back to town. The highway's right over there.
And if Bert and Glenda hadn't interfered, we might have known who Dr. Vulcan is by this time.
Jeff, do you really believe that Bert's interference was accidental?
After all, as far as I recall, you haven't eliminated him as a suspect. Bert's been in too many close scrapes with me. He's the last one I'd suspect. But until we know who Dr. Vulcan is, no one's beyond suspicion.
I agree with that.
How's the work coming?
I hope to have the sonic decimator completed before long. I'm getting anxious to see what the sun looks like again, or even the moon.
I can understand how you feel. But with Vulcan still at large, you must remain here in order to safeguard secrets such as these.
You're absolutely right, Jeff. I must remember the importance of our work.
Thank you, Professor. Well, I'll see you shortly. And I hope with better news about our enemy, Dr. Vulcan.
Durkin calling Dr. Vulcan.
Go ahead, Durkin.
I just got back here, but I'd like to take care of that King character right now.
That might be a wise move. From what happened this afternoon, I believe that King and the Rocketman are one and the same.
Then we can kill two birds with one stone.
We might even make it three.
How do you figure that?
If we put King in a spot where there's trouble and Rocketman doesn't show up, then we know that King is the Rocketman.
Yeah, sure, but what's the other gimmick?
There's a new device just completed by Eastern Electronics, which will have to be transported to the lab. At the conference tomorrow, I'll see to it that King is the one.
That hidden microphone must have been put there by a Confederate, someone who had free access to these rooms.
Well, in any event, you've put him out of business by cutting his line of communication.
I believe Vulcan has too many sources of information to be stopped that easily. No, our only protection against him still lies in the maintenance of strictest security.
Well, in that case, we have an immediate problem to discuss.
Go right ahead, Professor.
Well, gentlemen, as you all know, I've just completed assembling the sonotron at Eastern Electronics. It should be brought here immediately for testing.
Well, that's no great problem.
You forget the tremendous value of the sonotron to any foreign power. Well, why not leave it to King? Ever since we've appointed him our director of security, he's been quite successful in warding off this unseen enemy.
Well, gentlemen, the choice is yours.
Well, I say King.
Agreed.
Thank you. I'll begin making my arrangements immediately. Bert, I want you to go along.
Good. What are the arrangements?
Well, I'm not sure yet. But suppose you meet me outside my apartment at 4 o'clock.
Sure thing.
Okay, keep your hands down and your trap shut. Get in your car.
about a cigarette, Durkin?
Okay.
Here's a light. What bright ideas Dr. Vulcan dreamed up this time.
It's bright, all right. 3 birds with 1 stone.
I don't get it.
You will. In fact, King, you're going to work this one out for Dr. Vulcan.
For my dead body.
That's up to you, hero. But when we get to Eastern Electronics, I'm going to be your driver on the truck that moves the Sonotron. Got it? Better play along, because I got a hunch that Rocketman ain't going to show up to help you out of this one. Stay out here just in case.
What can I do for you? I'm Jeff King of Science Associates.
Can I see your credentials?
Yeah, sure.
What about him?
Why, he's my driver.
Okay, it's all set to roll. I'll get a receipt for you to sign.
Thanks.
Hey, Durkin! It's Rocketman. He's headed this way.
They were gonna hijack the truck. Let me have this and you call the police.
Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe to keep the magic of classic cinema alive.